Hey, it's Neil from White Arrow Machine Works. I want to show you what I've been up to for the last, I don't know, 4 or 6 weeks or something like that. I've been really busy. I've had a lot of help from friends and family that have been putting a lot of effort to support me in getting this thing up and running and getting moved up from Florida to New York. So it's been a lot of hard work, but it's been a ton of fun, and I'm eternally grateful for the help that I've received from everybody. So thank you all again. We'll start with the test stand that you probably saw from some of the videos in Florida. We're going to be continuing to add different data points and sensors and things like that to this so we can start building a better picture of what these engines are doing. It's in a much better position than it was. We've got some shade. We've got a lot more wind control of the wind that comes through. We were noticing back down in Florida, if you get a gust of wind whipping around the corner, it would actually kind of throw the thrust off a bit. So this is going to be a little bit more controlled, and I think we can add a lot more control being in this position here. It's in a nice little spot here. So let's take you inside. Starting off, we have the brake room, of course, the obligatory brake area. I guess it's not really a room; it's more of an area than anything. But the old school radio. I gotta have my ancient radios. I just like the sound of them for some reason or another. So there's that, and of course food and everything else. As of right now, this is kind of the shipping and receiving area, the inspection area. I've got my surface plate here, and add a few more things on from there, and all the shipping and receiving type of stuff that's super exciting that everybody loves. This is my electrical area, starting building some electrical type of stuff. I wanted to make sure that I have an area for working on electrical components and building wiring harnesses and things like that. Some of the machining area is kind of bleeding into that area for now. There's parallels and collets and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be separated eventually, but for now, that's where I'm at. This is 3D printer. Of course, having a 3D printer is a huge game changer. Man, 3D printers are awesome. You get so much different things you can do with a 3D printer, especially if you have some 3D modeling capabilities. Man, it's a game changer to have. Tormach mill. You've probably seen the Tormach mill in some of my other videos when I was doing the Frank adapters and things like that. We're going to be able to fire up the Frank adapters again. Like, we're pretty much ready to rock and roll on those things. I've got the mill trammed and leveled and got the air running to it so I can run the coolant. That's ready to rock and roll. Here we have a new addition. This is an EMCO Concept Term 155. This is kind of an oddball lathe. The price was right on it. I couldn't pass up the price on it. But they're intended for school use, for teaching in a school, like a college or something like that, how to run CNC machines. So the controls on it are a little bit different. It's definitely not going to be for a lot of production or things like that, but it gives me a lot of the turning capability that I've really been wanting. I've been craving CNC turning abilities. So we're going to get that wired up next week, and I can make spacers and things like that. A lot of things I've been wanting to work on. So continuing on here, this is kind of where we get more towards paramotor land. Got the Vanguard trike, brought this up from Florida to work on. We had some issues with the Rotax down in Florida. Didn't really have time to work on it down there. So here, I've had time to work on it a bit. We'll show you what's going on there here in a second. Brapzilla with the Simonini 250 has been rock and rolling on that. Been able to fly a lot more up here, which is, I love flying up here in Western New York area. The flying is amazing. The community is fantastic. We are so spoiled to have the community that we do have here in Western New York. So Airborne Acres, if y'all are looking to get into flying, check out Airborne Acres. They're running classes right now. It's a great time to be training. Chris Holbert's doing the training, so that dude's phenomenal when it comes to learning how to fly. So it's a great opportunity. Anyways, going to the Rotax that I spoke about a little while ago, we found that something had let go on the bottom end of it, and the piston, you can see in the dome here, got a few dingers. Something let go on the bottom end, so we're gonna have to, unfortunately, I got to dig out the special tools and all this other stuff that I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to do, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. Honestly, if you have a 503 that you're looking to get rid of, or you know somebody that's looking to get rid of a 503, hit me up. I'll probably take it off your hands. I'd really like to get this trike up and running so we can do tandem rides. Really been wanting to do that this summer. Got my toolbox back in action, so I'm excited to have that. Haven't had that in the last 4 years. And this is the soon-to-be infamous grooming table. My dad and I were sitting at the kitchen table one night, and he's looking at Facebook Marketplace. He's like, "Hey, look at this." So I look at the ad, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, a grooming table." He's like, "No, that's a paramotor lift." I was like, "All right, that is a paramotor lift." So we got it here. It's electrically controlled, so up and down, controlled by your feet. It's pretty awesome. So that's been nice to have. I've been able to work on a few paramotors using this, and it's, man, bringing it up to eye level and all that. It's quite nice. So here we have my slowly building inventory. It doesn't really look like much, but we're getting there. I got some let's see, machining stuff that goes to the mill. I got some overflow here. These are all Helix props. These are all used Helix props that are mine. FTB props. Started selling FTB props not that long ago, a few weeks ago, and been doing quite well on that. I really like the FTB props. They're really well made. They're really well balanced. The quality on them seems like they have really, really excellent quality control. They've been making props for the drone and RC hobby stuff for a long, long time. So them guys got a ton of experience making props. So I've been really, really excited to sell those things. And I'm going to be selling Helix props as well. I've always loved Helix props. I really want to be able to offer the Helix props as well. Then, of course, AMSOIL. If you need AMSOIL, I'm your guy for sure. You guys should know that by now. If you don't know that, please hit me up for AMSOIL. Anything you need, I'll hook you up. Spark plugs, got inventory of spark plugs. Man, it costs a lot of money to build inventory. If you ever tried to build up a store from scratch, man, it's a big investment. So we're slowly building, slowly getting there. I'm trying to wheel and deal as much as I can to continue to build more and more inventory. I got a little bit of a Simonini inventory. Actually, here in this cabinet, I got a bit of Simonini inventory. I'll show you quick. Move this kind of cool cabinet popped up on Marketplace. I figured that would be a nice cabinet to sell stuff out of. So this is my Simonini inventory. So as you can see, not a whole lot, but we're getting there. So I guess that's pretty much it. That's the shop so far. I'm going to continue to add on to it and do new things and try to keep you guys posted on what we've been working on. So friends and family, thank you all so much for the support that you've given me over the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been really great. So until we see again, God bless y'all. Take care. Be safe.